Today, we'll hear another story about our friend Paul. This is Paul. Paul really loved Jesus, and he wanted to tell everyone about Jesus, and that's just what he did. But sometimes Paul got into trouble when he talked about Jesus. If you remember when he was telling everybody about Jesus and he had to escape the city in a basket because the people were after him and didn't like what he was telling them. Today, people got so angry that they yelled at Paul to be quiet, and sometimes Paul's enemies tried to hurt him. One day, a whole room full of people were angry at Paul, all at the same time. That's a lot of angry people, isn't it? These angry men hated Paul so much they planned to kill him. But that wasn't going to be easy, not at all. You see, Paul was staying in a very safe place. Some important guards were watching him and taking care of him. They were trying to keep Paul safe from all the people who didn't like him. The guards put Paul in a very safe room and watched it very carefully. The angry men who wanted to kill Paul would never be able to get into that safe room. They knew those special guards would never let them open through the door. So they thought and came up with a plan. If we can't get into the room, we'll have to get Paul out, they decided, and then very secretly they whispered about their plan together. We'll fool them, the men said. We'll get that rascal Paul out of that room, and we'll make him stop talking about Jesus. But how? Asked one of the men, scratching his head. That's not easy, said the other. We'll tell the guard to take Paul into a little meeting. We'll make it sound like it's very nice and a safe meeting. But as soon as Paul steps out of the safe room, we'll grab him, and we'll never let him talk about Jesus again. What a good plan, the 40 men said together. This plan will work for sure. But those angry men did not know something. They didn't know that there was a very powerful They did not know that someone very powerful knew what the wicked plan was. God was watching those men. God heard everything they said. God wouldn't let that happen. No, God decided to send this little special boy to help Paul. The little boy heard the men talking about the wicked plan, and he was very worried. Oh no, I better hurry and run and tell Uncle Paul, the little boy said. Quickly he ran all the way to the safe room where Paul was. Uncle Paul, whispered the little boy, something terrible is going to happen to you. When they take you out to have you to go to a meeting, some terrible men are going to jump out and grab you. What will we do? Paul put his arm around the little boy. Don't worry, said Paul. You are very brave to come here and help and tell me. Now I want you to do another brave thing. Go outside and tell the special guard all about the man's plan. He may help us. The young boy obeyed his uncle. He ran to the room. He ran straight up to the guard and told him all about the wicked plan. Some men are going to try to hurt my uncle, said the boy. They are waiting down the street, and they're waiting for you to bring my uncle outside. How happy the guards were that the little boy had come. Then he whispers to the little boy, don't worry, young man. I'll take good care of your uncle. I won't let anyone hurt him. You run along now. Be sure you don't tell anyone about this. Not anyone. I'll help your uncle get away. That night, while it was very dark outside, the guard tiptoed into Paul's room. Paul, get up. Paul, get up. We have to leave. I have lots of horses and guards ready. They are going to be with you, and they will keep you safe. Very quietly, Paul and the guards tiptoe down the streets. When they are outside the city, they get on their horses and they gallop away. Paul was safe. No one could hurt him now. Thank you, God, Paul said. Thank you for giving me people to help me. Thank you for keeping me safe.